want to be a part of that, bro.
Live. We Live. We live. We live. It's live. No, it's live. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is, wherever you at. This is the What's Next podcast. It is November the 7th, okay? It is a Monday. Why? Because we do the show on Monday, so it is a Monday. If you catch the rerun, you got to understand, we do run the show again on Thursdays. This is the What's Next podcast, and today we're going to talk about trauma, okay? Because we grew up with screw up. All right? Today, I got my guy El Gordo in the building. He's not at 100%, but he said he don't want to get fired, so he's here. Hey, El Gordo, you just give a wave your hand, sir. You ain't even got to speak, sir. There you go.
Top of the evening to you. The Jets is going to the Super Bowl. Just to let everybody know that.
I like your style, sir.
And then you got to go for a cosign.
I like it.
What is going on?
Hey.
What the fuck? And we got Anything a Podcast in the building. He's over there doing Anything a Podcast things. We also had Off the Basis podcast. We got Jay in the building.
What's up?
And we also got the Side John crew in the building. Okay, I don't know what's up with Sharon. She high shit today. Her head was going side to side. Shit. You all right, Sharon? You got two? Damn, sure. And Sharice is in the building. Hey, Sharice. I miss Sharice. I'll give Sharice a hug. About it. Yes, so today I don't have no extra clips and shit, extra ad things. So I do want to say, please get out and vote. Go vote. Go vote. Go vote. People always say, oh, it don't matter. I ain't gonna vote. I mean, it should be irritating the fuck out of me sometimes. You can talk to people. Thank you. You talk to people and they be like, oh, my vote don't matter. My vote don't matter. The smaller elections matter than the bigger elections. Okay, you got to start at the bottom. Get your ass out and fucking vote. Listen. God damn it. But that should be stressful, fussing with people and shit. But yeah, just get out and vote. Tomorrow is election day. I did see a video. They said that people in Australia is voting for Republicans and it's messing up the election. Shit, wow.
Well. My girl likes to party all the time. Hey, everybody.
Did he just do a shimmy in his seat?
Yeah, hey, everybody.
So today,
Boy in rare form today.
we are here to talk about growing up with childhood trauma.
Let me tell you something. Growing up with childhood trauma is stressful as fuck. And it leads to a lot of people misunderstanding your way of thinking, your way of doing things. And it becomes to a point where you're an outcast, even as a fucking adult. And that shit is stressful in and of itself. And then you build up this fucking wall of, well, fuck them people. I don't give a fuck about them anyway.
Some people out here just surviving and they don't understand that It's not. It's their way of life. When you wake up in the morning, I gotta survive. You go to a situation, I'm surviving, and it kind of
I
fucking.
don't
So
I don't think that having that fucking people that don't fuck with you mentality is a bad mentality. I don't-
No, I
Not
mean like I
everybody.
don't fuck with nobody. Period.
But damn, you don't even fuck with me. Damn, damn. I thought we better than that. Shit.
No, don't fuck with you, Dennis. You're not a Jets fan. You're not a Jets fan. You're a Jets hater.
You right? Fuck them Jets. They hit my son like that.
Exactly.
so classifications of childhood trauma could be many things. And it's just shit that just stick with you, and you can't. So I don't know. You can't really fault the person for feeling the way that they feel. I guess
No, you can't.
we can
You
say yeah,
can't fault. You can't fault them because like I said, situations. The young parents. You got those situations. They single parents. They can't do it all by themselves. You know what I mean? I understand where some of those childhood traumas come from. Not giving anybody any excuses, but I understand. When you become a parent, you start to understand why the decisions that your parents made, the things that they did.
because you see certain shit as you
Yeah,
grow
you
up.
Bullshit.
see certain shit. I ain't saying all parents. I'm just saying some.
You got the parents that do what they do for the betterment of you, and they make sacrifices. But then you have the parents that, unfortunately, who I was blessed with, who do things for their survival and their survival only, and don't really respect what the fallout is going to be.
Now,
For instance, um, what if I told you I know how to cook crack before I learned how to heat up ramen noodles?
All
Would you
righty, all
believe me?
right, y'all. We'll see y'all on
this
the
is it.
next fucking show.
This is it. This is it. That's what I'm talking about. This is it.
Would you say, Dennis? God bless. Good night.
No.
No,
We ain't cut this off. I got to hear this one over. Start that over. Start that over.
Look, hey man, I'm always going to tell you the truth, bro. I
You
genuinely
knew how to
learned
cook crack on the stove?
before I learned how to make ramen noodles.
How old was you cooking crack? I don't want to know.
7.
Damn.
my boy.
But I always had a job.
I
Anyway,
was gonna
whatever.
say, boy, ain't never been broke. Shit.
Sir,
But
Crack.
um,
Jay was the crack cooking specialist at 8 years old.
sir. Whoa, we don't. We ain't gonna put that title on that, man. We ain't gonna put that title
nah,
on that, man.
don't, nah.
Some skills you never lose. I mean,
Nah. Like my thing was the thing with my mother was she was so she. I think she had PTS from being in the street that she kind of it rubbed off. It made her more want to teach me to survive than me being a pleasant, you know, just forthcoming type of individual. You know, like all she's seen is the evils of the world because of what her profession was and so on and so forth. So, with that
Right.
being said, is all she knew is okay. If you get put in this situation, this is how you get out of it. And with that being said, that's all she knew. Like my mother was she's not the greatest mom in the world by no stretch of the imagination, but she bestowed with me what she could and what she learned. Unfortunately, it was street shit. It's just what it is. I mean, she was 16. She had me when she was 16, and my grandmother had her when she was 16. So you know what it's like growing up and your grandmother coming to the school and she's all of 38, and that's my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's a trickle down effect. You know what I'm saying? Or being a kid that's constantly whispered about because your mother is a streetwalker. Or that's why I'm always so quick to be like if somebody whisper around me, I'm like, what you say? You know what I'm saying? Because like it in my head, you're automatically talking about me, and that's the trauma that I deal with. Like what? Well,
I'm
I'm
the
always
hey,
ready to
you know
fight.
what? You know what, Jay? I'm the same exact way. When I see somebody laughing and whispering and shit, I immediately think they talking about me.
Yeah, the fuck is funny. You know, like
I want to laugh.
that's immediately how I just go. You know
You
what I'm
trying to run
saying?
me
Like, but like I said, boy, I got stories for days, man. That's not even scratching the surface, man. But at the end of the day, you know, I learned that I used to be on some like, yo, I hate her, so on and so forth. But now it's just like, look, man, you gonna be who you are, and that's who she was, and that's who she still is. But she my mother. I love her to death, but we just don't click.
That's what's up. At least y'all got to a point of peace. That's what's up.
So at
Well,
least they can
Right?
what?
I got to a point of peace because it was like, at what point are you going to stop being a kid that's like, oh, I want my mommy? You know, like she ain't never gonna be that. Like how
One
many
of
times
the
you gonna get the door? How many times you gonna get the door slammed in your face until you be like, you know what? Let me stop knocking.
one of the traumas that I have from my childhood from my mom is actually finding my mom dead the day after Christmas.
Mm,
Oh,
mm.
Damn, I got one
That
for
shit.
you. How about?
Wait, wait. Is this show gonna turn into me and Jay competing for the
Yeah.
most
Oh no,
fucked up
I got one.
childhood
Yo,
traumas?
for the most
I
fucked
got
up shit.
yo
Look,
yo chat.
I was
I
I
about to
got
can't.
one
turn
better
my
for you.
screen off, dog. I ain't
Boys,
How
I
I
ain't
got
got
about?
no
so
shit like
out.
that.
How
I'm about to
about?
come out the fucking room. Hold up.
How
I
about for
ain't
my
got no
14th birthday, my dad ODing right next to me. Like this shit
Yeah.
is. I can't make this shit up if I wanted to.
My dad took all the money that I made from the school fundraiser, and I didn't get to turn the money into the school. So all the people who bought candy from me was all looking at me
Like you
about
stole.
where they fucking candy was at.
Right.
And me as a fucking 11, 12 year old kid, I'm looking at them like, go ask Pop. Cause no sir.
I
Shit,
ain't gonna
bro.
lie. I ain't gonna lie to you, Gordo. We'd have been running.
Hey, hey, hey,
You
you wanna hear
probably
one even
became
worse than that? You wanna hear a money story worse than that? Peep this, right?
I got the illest money story, but go ahead. I got
I
one.
used to I used to because like we was poor. Like I mean we were it's hard to say we was poor because looking back, I never went hungry and I still had clothes. I mean, I told y'all the story where my daddy told me was at least you ain't the PP kid. Um
Please. Just say
because I complained about not having no name brand clothes. And he said, well, at least you ain't the PP kid. So um
I'm
I
happy
used
we
to
can
go
laugh about
shovel
this shit now.
right. It's funny as shit now, right? But I used to go shovel snow in the wintertime. Now, you remember as a kid, you could stay outside, feet numb, hands numb,
Gee.
snot running all down your face. It don't matter. You gonna stay out there. You gonna get that money. Shit, every time I got home, that nigga took all that shit.
Mm, that's your great.
All right. This is the last one about my mom's. My mother's apartment was used as the stash spot, the dope house. Why she steal all of the dope and all of the money that was stashed there, hauled ass out of town, and just left me there.
Mm.
Yo, years home. Peep this. Peep
Sir,
this.
you
Here's
gonna
the
laugh
funny
at it?
shit.
Time out, time out, time out. Sir,
No, you can
sir,
laugh. I can laugh at this shit now. It's
sir.
hilarious. No, hold on. It's funny because like I knew the drug dealer she stole from, like, but I was young. I was like 8, 9, right? So I ended up becoming a waiter at like 16, and I ended up waiting on one of the drug dealers. So me and him ended up chopping it up, and he's like, "Yo, you know he was gonna kidnap you, right?" Fuck you talking about? He was gonna kidnap me, bro. He's like, "Yeah, he was gonna kidnap you. Your mother stole like 20 grand from us." Yeah, he's like, yeah. He's like, we was gonna kidnap you. I'm like, why didn't y'all? He was like, because you were a fucking kid. You did nothing wrong. It wasn't your fault. I'm like, you know, you're a good guy.
Here's some free biscuits. Here's some free
like,
biscuits.
right, like, yeah, you're a fucking great guy. I like
Lunch
you.
on me. Lunch on
Hey,
me.
no, no, you wanna hear something funny as shit, right? So the dope man used to live next door to us, right?
Here you go, Steve.
So
Jesus.
It's a two-part story for the same thing, right? So my dad's girlfriend started smoking crack, but she was buying the crack from my dad homeboy who lived right next door. Crazy shit, right? Bitch just became a crackhead out of nowhere. But I found out where he used to stash his shit at, and my dad had a bag of wood chips in the backyard. And thinking back now, I didn't know that those was ounces of fucking crack. So I went and took an ounce of fucking crack out this wood chip bag, took it to school, gave it the fuck away, gave this little bitch an ounce of crack.
You gave a girl an ounce of
And
crack?
she was so smooth about it. She was like, well, I guess I'll just give it to my brother. Bitch, if you watching, bitch, you owe me $900, ho. So
Hey, Carlos. Stop laughing. It's not fucking funny.
so look, so part two, right? Well, that's part three. This is part three actually. So Pete, right?
Yo,
So the dope man, the dope man, right? He used to fucking put his dope in like little chip bag, empty chip bags, and throw it across the street because it was an empty lot across the street. So take a little Dorito bag, wrap him up some dope in there, throw it across the street. You know what I'm saying? Somebody he come serve him. He tell him, hey, go grab that Dorito bag. Hey, go grab that Lay's bag. Like that, right? So I'm skipping school one day. So the homies, they like, right, I'm the real MVP. They survived. They probably still selling dope off of that 1 ounce. Listen,
Sir.
so the homies, they tell me like, hey, bro, like you coming around all the time. You always smoking up our weed. Now this middle school, you always smoking up our weed. You eating up our food. Like you don't ever bring shit but lips and fingertips. Like what you got to offer? I told the nigga, I said, hey, go down there and grab that Doritos bag. The nigga probably watching, so be careful. The nigga grabbed the Doritos bag and bring it back, right? He done took it up the street to his uncle. His uncle down there smoking the dope. Talking about, yeah, this some trash ass dope. Because I'm thinking I'm about to get paid off of it. He's no, this some garbage. I'm gonna get rid of this. Yeah, he got rid of it, bitch. And if you watch it, he probably fuck it.
Yo.
So,
Hey,
so,
hold up. Go ahead.
So then, after a long day of skipping school, you go home at the time you usually supposed to get home after you go to school, right? Why I get home, the dope man over there whooping his father-in-law's ass. I'm talking about beating the shit out this nigga because he was a crackhead and he thought he the one that's been stealing. Whole time it was me.
We was not supposed to go this far.
Yo, hold up, man. Hold up. I don't have one of them crazy stories. This is just a story that I fucking witnessed. It was this one of my homies was selling dope to this girl that was at the job. So my homie was like, yo, did you like that shit or not? She was like, no, my girlfriend said that shit was whack. He said, who the fuck is your girlfriend? We need to go meet this bitch right now. I said, wait, hold on. I said, no, wait, you so like, you ain't gonna say my shit whack. Fuck is up. Like, whole time, her girlfriend never smoked the shit. It was her. But she was just trying to get another free one. I was just sitting there, I was cracking. I was like, yo, you went too fucking far. He said, no, we got to meet this bitch tonight. I want to see you talk about my shit whack. That's terrible, man. I couldn't tell, dude, man. Y'all got that shit. I couldn't do it.
Listen, as a kid, I used to, like, when I got into the dope house, I was actually selling dope in the dope house. I used to shave the half tracks so I can make me some little change for myself, and I used to sell it on the side, like little nickel bags. If you don't know what a half track is, that tell me that you ain't never been in a dope house. If you ain't never been in a dope house, don't go now.
I ain't never gone. Well, as a matter of fact, I've been in the dope house, but I don't know what the fuck going on.
Yeah.
But I do know them niggas that be doing too much extra around the pot, trying to get those extras.
Yeah,
I do see them niggas.
Yeah, fuck that. I used to fucking scrape the plate with the razor blade. Nigga, like the bot to
that's
scrape
what you
that
supposed to do. That's what you supposed to
shit.
do.
Everything.
I used to use
Eat all of it.
I used to use the little Gerber jars because they were small and you can get in there real good, get in the crevices.
Do you hear this shit? We are having a dope lesson.
Listen, these are childhood traumas. Like you gotta understand, like when you've been through some shit in your life, like you start learning shit that you ain't got no business understanding or knowing.
At
Like
all.
the shit at the time, this shit was stupid as hell. Like I felt dumb as shit going through that shit. But now it's funny as fuck because number one, I don't sell dope. Number two, I'm not a crackhead. And number three, I'm getting more money than all of them niggas.
Man, they gotta stand on the fucking corner all day and sell a
Yeah,
pack, make
that's
$25 off of it, get a bull 100, and go out there and get another fucking pack. Now you may sell that pack within like fucking 15 minutes, but that shit is stupid.
I used to sell crack just so I can get some weed.
How was you smoking? Who turned you on to smoking weed in middle school? That's the shit
Oh,
I'm trying to
so
figure
that's
out.
another story. So look, right?
Okay. Let me. Oh,
So
I
the
got another
first
story
time
about
I
that.
never forget, I never forget. It was a nigga named Chico that I grew up with. Now he from Detroit. He from Brightmo. Like he ended up growing up being basically like one of the main niggas in the hood. Like he was a fucking terrorist. He in jail now. But the first time I smoked weed, Chico was
How
walking
you
down
know?
Murphy Middle School hallway smoking a joint, and I knew him like that. I was just happy he was my friend. Shit, I was walking on the side, niggas passed me the joint. Fuck am I gonna do? Nigga, I grabbed it and hit that bitch. So from that day forward, in the sixth grade, I'll start smoking weed. Every morning, I go with my daddy weed tray and roll me up a motherfucking joint and be walking down the goddamn street on the way to school, smoking a joint, going to get me some hot Cheetos and an Everfresh.
I used to steal my grandmother clips out of her shit. Like she would leave them in the ashtray. I just steal
Hmm.
them and roll up one big one. I
Yeah,
was smoking.
I not. No, I knew better than to grab the clips because my daddy was a motherfucker. He counted them shits. He knew how many he had. So I used to just roll up. I used to just roll up like fuck it. I need me my own fresh one.
No, my grandma used to smoke so much. She used to like used to confuse her and shit. She was like, "Didn't I?" Nah, I couldn't know. you
My
know.
daddy was a crackhead. My daddy was a crackhead. You can't just steal his shit and not know it, and he ain't gonna know.
They
And
gonna
then I
know.
was scared that he might have been putting crack in his weed, so
They count
I
their
ain't want to
shit
smoke
six,
after
seven
him.
times. Them crackheads, they count their shit six, seven times. They know.
Hey, hey, I'm gonna tell you like childhood trauma, right? My daddy used to give me big ass wads of cash, like as a kid, big dumbass wads of cash. Tell me to put it in my pocket and don't let nobody see it, right?
Hmm.
We hop in a whip, we get to a house. He tell me go sit on the couch and he go to the back room. As I got older, I realized, nigga, this the dope house. So I used to take 40, $50 off the roll. Being elementary school, goddamn ripping 20s in half, goddamn all them little ass kids say, oh like, oh my god, bitch, just tape the shit back together, dickhead, and go get some change for the motherfucker, and you be good. $500 bills, like a lot of people don't even remember $500 bills, but as a kid, I used to play with $500 bills. That's why I didn't understand when I got older, like why we were so fucking poor. Because when I was young nigga had money, like shit was going on. He had motion, but
Yeah, but they fucked it up. That's what happened. It was like my
yeah,
grandmama had
fuck,
my grandmama had a restaurant. And when she had a restaurant, we was one of the fucking it was only two soul food restaurants in Philly at the time. And we was one of the most popular ones. Shit got so good, the fucking news even came down there and they did a story on us. And then as the news came and did a story on us, they was eating from there every fucking day. Then we made the newspaper. So now we like big shit now. You know what I mean? We going to fucking Disney every year. The next thing you know, my grandpa passed away. And when my grandpa passed away, that's when the money management left the motherfucking family. Everybody was trying to get their
you
hands
went
on
to
shit.
you went to Disney World as a kid.
I went to Disney World 5 times as a kid.
Oh man, you a silver spoon, boy.
Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely.
Nigga, I went to Six Flags once, and we snuck in.
Man, I went to Six Flags, and I never liked Six Flags, but I went to Six Flags every year on my mom. Now listen, my grandma with the restaurant is my dad's side. That was supposedly the rich and famous side. My mom's side, Broad Erie Avenue. That was the regular people side. All right, that was the you gonna eat
Not the
good, but
regular
you ain't
people.
getting you gonna eat good, but you ain't wearing no name brand shit. That was that side. All right, you get name brand shit, you get it from your dad's side. So on my mom's side, we went to Six Flags and Wildwood. That was their thing, Six Flags and Wildwood. I ain't even know nothing about Atlantic City until I got like 11 years old. That was on that. But my grandma, on my dad's side, my grandma, she wanted to go to Florida, Virginia, and she had a real big thing for Dorney Park. We went to Dorney Park every year. It was to a point Dorney Park sent her tickets to make sure that she took the whole block to Dorney Park. She would have bus trips to Dorney Park every year.
Mm.
What's up? She was the plug back then, shorty.
Yeah, oh yeah, she was in with the she had the restaurant and she was in with the political team as well. So I knew a lot about politics growing up. A lot more shit than I was supposed to know. A lot about who was doing dirty shit, what type of shit they was doing.
Love your pay grade.
It was at the time when I seen them, it was crazy because when I was younger, like you see these motherfuckers hop out of motherfucking Benz with a little briefcase, suede suits on. That was their shit. They all had them suede suits on, suede gray suits, suede suits on. They go in your grandma's house and you see your grandpa hype shaking their hands. So you like, what's all these motherfuckers going to my grandma's house for with suits on and shit? My grandma got a prostitute thing she doing around. My grandma just allowing this shit. Like, what the fuck's going on? Ain't nobody just coming away from no cooking. Everybody can cook. Everybody coming away from no cooking. Now, little did I know, she was talking to the politicians and getting her way into things, doing what she wanted to do, and she was rubbing elbows with them niggas to get as much free shit as possible.
Shit, I was like, what, 15, 16 when I found out my grandma was the pill lady?
Oh yeah, you did say that. I ain't had no fucking pill.
So I thought I had some stories, but apparently I don't have any
They
stories.
ain't got shit to them. Shit with them two, they ain't got
At
nothing.
least some motherfucker
We
like
live a
that.
Shit
regular fucking
real.
life.
Shit real around here. And that's why like when people say that I'm arrogant, you fucking right. You gotta understand where I come from. Like, I'm fucking blessed to be where I am today. Like I am, like I don't have to work at McDonald's. I ain't got no felonies. I can do what the fuck I want to out here.
Yeah, I ain't got no
Can't nobody
felonies.
stop me from doing shit but God. That's it.
I know how you feel. I ain't got
So
no felonies either.
my arrogance really, in my opinion, ain't even arrogance. It's just being proud of myself. For real.
Facts.
We used to fucking run outside with a 30-06 and shoot at the fucking stop sign and see who can get to the closest to the O.
What?
Yeah, y'all need some help.
Dumb as hell.
But
Dumb as
none of the
hell.
hell was fucking on my top.
I'm living my best life.
Ain't going back and forth with you niggas. Living my
Whoa,
best
whoa,
life.
whoa, whoa.
No, none of that anti-Semitic speech there.
All right, sir. Well, let me ask y'all this thing. At what point was it that y'all had got y'all little first girlfriend? Well, I ain't gonna say girlfriend. Let's just say your little first crush, little first boo, whatever. What age was it?
Shit, seventh grade.
Wait, what do you mean? Like, do you mean
Or
like?
wait, what is a crush? Are we talking
What do
about
you
when you
mean?
first kid,
Do you
or
mean? Do you mean like your first smash buddy, like consistent smash buddy?
Nah, I mean like maybe y'all did something sexual, like maybe you grabbed her butt or kissed her or something like that.
Oh,
If y'all
elementary
had,
school. I still remember her name too.
don't say her name. Don't say her name.
Her
Just
name was
listen.
Kiana Bush. She was the only girl
Oh,
in the third grade with titties. Listen,
in
it was
third
great.
grade?
In the third grade, bro, she broke up with me. We went together for 1 hour. She broke up with me. Guess why?
Why?
She found out I ate my boogers.
That's elementary as shit.
Yo, Carlos is
Um,
a fucking show, yo.
let's see. So
You can't make this shit up, yo. You cannot make this shit up, yo.
nah, yo, I haven't gone cat. Like I've always like been like into women and shit. So it's like it was being surrounded by sex that early in my life. Like nigga, I was getting suspended not for fighting, for kissing girls in like second grade. Dead
Yeah,
ass.
I got suspended for filling on butt, not by the girl.
Oh,
Like
that's
the girl ain't
shit.
pressed no charges. It was the fucking teacher.
Yeah, I was kissing girls and all that shit.
I got suspended. I'll never forget in preschool. I got in trouble because I was rubbing on this girl booty during what's her name during nap time. No
Not
bullshit.
that time. Hey yo.
No bullshit. No bullshit. And I remember her name too. And the only reason why I remember her name is because we went to school together all the way up until like middle school. Her name was Latasha Adams.
Yo, what the fuck? I hope they ain't watching.
Hey, I hope they are. I hope they are because the thing is, right?
He want to apologize.
Good answer, BJ. Good answer, BJ. He want to apologize.
My man want to apologize for all the mistakes.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, BJ.
He's a changed man now.
No, he ain't. He just married.
Whoa, watch it. Don't do that to my man, yo. Do that to my man, yo.
What do you say? I'm a changed man. Look at the range, man. I got a whole new game plan.
I hear you, player.
I ain't had no girlfriend.
So I have a
No, I ain't say a girlfriend.
Whoa, hold on. What's that noise in the background?
Shit.
Y'all hear that sound?
Oh, that's she's there.
I have a question.
Yes.
So
I ain't even gonna lie. I forgot you was even on the show.
Hey, Sharon, I forgot you was there too, Sharon.
okay, well, sorry y'all, I'm here. I can go if y'all want me to.
No, not at all.
It was bullshit, Dennis. Talking somebody got a big cucumber. Get the fuck away from here.
But so here's my question for those of you who had experienced such severe trauma as a child. How old were you when you started to realize that you were suffering from this trauma and it was negatively impacting your adulthood?
Oh shit.
Man.
Teenager? Like 16, 17?
Mine was later than that.
16, 17.
Mine was later than that.
I would say for me because it would be like I couldn't focus. Like my mind was literally everywhere. Like so it's hard to explain. Like my mind would race. You know what I'm saying? Like because all the bad shit that I did to people, you know, and this is just in the art of survival. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it was literally just me growing up. My grandmother had to work night shift, so I really pretty much raised myself from 13 to college. You know what I'm saying? So, but like when I would be all alone, that shit would bother me because like I'll start thinking, yo, like, what if I end up in jail? I'm gonna end up like it's, or what if I end up dead? Or like, I think the illest part was me waking up feeling like, all right, today's the day I'm gonna die. Like, not in the sense of like, yo, I'm gonna commit suicide. No, like today is the day that, like, you ever like that gut feeling, like, yo, yeah, today's the day, and that shit scared the shit out of me. And then it's just like, all right, I fucking need to talk to somebody because I'm not supposed to feel like this. But, you know, being, you know, raised, you don't talk about your problems, you don't, you know, you keep that shit in. But, like, it would be literally for years. It would be like, all right, today is the day. It feels like the day. Like, I'm going to run into somebody, or somebody's going to shoot me, or somebody that I beat up from way back when, or somebody that I robbed from way back when is going to recognize me, and that's going to be the end of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit like that. Like, that shit sticks with you. Once you do some dirty shit, you're never clean from it. You're not. But at the end of the day, I just had to realize, like, I can only control what I can control mental wise, and I'm not fully equipped with the right tools as a therapist is. So that's why, I went and saw a therapist and talked out a lot of my shit. And the therapist was like low key surprised, like, yo, you've been through all of this. Like, but you came out a pretty good kid. And I'm just like, pretty kid compared to what?
It's not where you start; it's how you finish.
So,
Girl had to
For
take me to her
for
prom.
me,
I got her home. Her boyfriend was at her house. Then they told me I had money, and he didn't. That's why he didn't take me. So no more proms for me. So
Lord Jesus. For me, to answer your question, Sharon, for me, it didn't come until I was like 18, 19 years old when I left home and went to
goodness.
Arizona. Um, because and my realization was when I found out like my way of thinking was not normal because that's not how everybody else was moving. And I was constantly getting into arguments and fights and misunderstandings with people because of my way of thinking.
yeah. Nah, I can definitely relate to that. Like, there's still a little shit that I still do to this day that like I was taught as a kid. Like I don't like. All right, so say if I'm riding in the car, I won't pull up directly next to a motherfucker.
Nope.
Like
Better not.
I pull up at a diagonal, just in case I gotta fucking duck down and get out and run. You know what I'm like? It's shit like
Hmm.
that. Like you'll never see me pull up right across away from a motherfucker who can like, because I always think, okay, they're gonna, you know, like it's
I leave
just,
enough room. I leave enough room behind the person in front of me so I can swerve out if I got to get away.
or always back in spaces. You never see me nose in anyway.
Oh, FedEx told me that shit. Playing your exit on your interests.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or fucking like, or I'm always in the middle lane on the highway. I never get in the fast lane because you're not gonna barricade me in against a fucking barricade. You're not gonna box me in against a barricade. Like nah.
So I just thought that was me paying attention. I didn't take that as being defensive. Like FedEx told us every 4 seconds you gotta check your mirrors. Always make sure you got a way out in case somebody do some stupid shit. And then the trucks don't stop that fast. Niggas swerve in front of the trucks and then think we just supposed to stop and whatnot. You know what I mean? So I always make sure I had an opening. There was certain times early in the morning, people on their phone, you don't pay attention, you slam on brakes, he slam on brakes, I swerve out the way. Gotta make sure you exit. But I never took that as, you know what I mean? I just thought I was doing my job.
Or that's why I always keep my gun under my seat or in my fucking handrest. Or like, bro, like it's a lot. Like, but I was taught this shit from my pops and my moms. Like that's what they bestowed on me because that's all they knew was street shit.
Why you got it under your seat?
Why do I have it under my seat?
Yeah,
Because
no,
I'm too. Because I'm no, it's under the passenger seat because I'm too big to reach under my seat or to reach behind me. So therefore,
so
it's easier
why
for
don't you
me.
get one of the clips so you can fit it in
Listen,
arm
listen,
reach?
listen. No, I don't like that magnetic shit at the bottom because in
That's
my head I'm scared it's gonna fall and I'm not gonna be able to get to it,
no,
and that
that
scares the
motherfucker
shit out
mag
of me.
strong as shit. Sure, I can send you
Yeah,
the link
I
in the
know, but it
motherfucker.
still scares the shit out of me. You know what I'm
Motherfucker, you
saying?
have to forcefully pull that bitch off. You have to yank that motherfucker off there. Well, you can screw it on. I drilled mine on.
But also, like the reason why I keep it under my passenger seat is because it gives me a chance to duck. You know what I'm saying? So like if I'm ducking down, I could reach and then I could just return fire. I could just pop back up and return fire if I needed to,
Mm.
rather than me staying upright and then trying to, you know what I'm saying? It's just that's just I just felt comfortable that way. Plus, I'm a big guy and shit. So like, I mean, I'm a big ass target.
You ever watch Burn Notice?
No,
They always teach you things. They go through certain situations and they teach you. Sometimes you take the door off, you put the phone books, put them in there, come bulletproof a little bit. Regular rounds and shit like that. But we don't have phone books anymore, so can't help you there, sir. So
I
it's
tell
one
you,
it's one thing from my childhood that keep coming back to me. I haven't actually. So now that I said it out loud, I haven't seen it in maybe like a year and a half. But I keep having this dream, and it's the same dream of like 40 people outside our house looking for us. Me and my mother in the house. I'm assuming it was gang members. But like she was ducking down, and we gonna come in there and get your ass and all this shit, and you owe us our money and all this. And I keep asking my mother for years and years. I kept asking, I kept explaining it to her, and she kept saying, "No, that never happened." But it just keep coming back in my head, like specifically the exact same thing all the time. It just keep coming back in my head. But she told me it never happened. I I don't know if it did happen. I can't remember that far, but the same situation keep happening. There's no way. There's just no random dreams just keep popping up in my head and visions. The same house, the same people, the same exit, the same shit all the time.
I I think another thing that my trauma as a child has taught me is to not only pay attention to detail, but also remember those details. Like I still remember my very first dream. Well,
Me too. Very
I
important.
remember the dream that I first remember, if that make any sense. How can I say that?
Oh, I thought you said drink.
Oh, that too.
Oh, I know my first drink.
That's how I found out I ain't like beer.
Shit.
He said, "Shit." But yeah, bro, it's just a lot when it comes to like just know like your children are always watching,
Hmm.
always, always. Because I was always watching, you
And
know,
listening to, I was always eavesdropping and listening too.
that's like it's funny because like as a kid I used to think like all of these dudes was my uncles and shit. They definitely weren't. You know what I'm saying? They definitely weren't. But yeah, man, like
I appreciate my traumas as a kid because as an adult, I understand that that was just a moment in time where shit was what it was. And now that I'm an adult and I go through shit, the reason why I try not to stress out too much when I start going through shit is because I know all it is a moment in time.
you know, that's just crazy. That's what my ex wife used to be like that. Like yo, why are you so calm? Like, cause I've seen bad shit. This isn't bad. Like
Yeah,
I've seen
that's
horrible shit.
I have those a lot. I get those a lot. How could you be
Like
so calm at a time like this?
cause I've seen like this
Because
isn't shit. Like you want to sit
same
here and
time,
be upset cause the lady at IHOP fucked up your eggs. Like what?
Fuck them
Like,
eggs.
your friend died right next to me. You gonna ask me why? Like, come on, this shit is ridiculous.
Go over there and
yeah,
she take that hot
I
ass
was
frying
also
pan and hit you with it. You'll be all right.
I was also told that I was a robot because I don't have an emotion, shit like that. So
Is
I never
there any is
that.
there any trauma that happened in your childhood that made you that way, Dennis, or is that just your default?
no, I think I seen a lot of bad shit. I seen a lot of bad shit, so it was like it just became normal at a point.
Let him know, Dennis. I ain't going back and forth with you. He just say, okay.
Like certain like that's why like I think we had a conversation about the other day. Like certain arguments to me, I believe that just like it's just a dumbass argument. That's just and you know how you were saying there's no dumbass arguments. It's a lot of dumbass arguments, and I'm not sitting here having no dumbass argument with you just so you can be mad. Now you mad. You don't want to have sex. You ain't cooking. So my balls is full. My stomach is fucking empty. No, you want to argue. You want to
What's
argue with
wrong?
my nigga.
What's wrong with this guy, man?
Fuck wrong with him? Tell him, Dennis, one time, Dennis. One time, Dennis. Fuck wrong
What's
with him.
wrong with him?
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute, Dennis. If you want to do it, we got to do it right, right?
Fast track, fast track.
ladies and gentlemen, we present.
Fuck wrong. It's just like you be, man. Like, okay, I had a conversation with my brother. My brother's Muslim, right? And his girl isn't. So he gets to me, he like, yo, you gotta stop eating that pork. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, why you just say it like that? I'm like, you telling me I need to stop eating pork? And I'm like, how the hell did you say that to me? He's like, I don't eat pork. I said, your girl eat pork, and you eat her ass. Obviously, you do eat pork.
Whoa! Whoa!
So it's just like,
Hey, hold on, Dennis. Hey, Dennis, you know what? When you started that statement about how your brother is Muslim and his girl ain't, I immediately said the same exact thing. Like, she eat a fucking BLT and he gonna eat that goddamn CAT.
exactly.
So that is a byproduct of the swine.
It don't make sense to me. That was one of the moments that you just sit back and you say,
Fuck
"Fuck
wrong
wrong."
with
Hey, so Dennis, you need to have a special episode of Fuck Wrong with him and let Coach D join your episode of Fuck Wrong with him because he's very angry today, and his birthday is tomorrow. So shout out to Coach D. His birthday tomorrow, and he got some shit to get off his chest. You gotta have a special episode of Fuck Wrong with him and let
special episode of Fuck Wrong with Coach D. That sounds pretty good, man. Happy birthday to Coach D, though.
fuck Coach D.
Who the hell got pork shoulders?
Who got swine shoulders?
They call it something. Puerto Rican people call it something else, like penne or something like that. I forgot what that. And they about to start serving that. Puerto Rican people about to start making that jojito. That jojito will be all right.
So when I found out they put chitlins in menudo, I started calling it menu doo doo.
Sure.
What's menudo?
It's Mexican soup. It's chitlin soup.
They got chitlin soup. Damn, I'm surprised I don't know that.
You eat chitlins, Dennis?
No, remember I told you
okay.
about my grandma's restaurant?
Oh yeah, that's right.
The slogan was the home of the chitlin hoagie.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Dennis. That sounds real garbage and trash. No disrespect to your people, but
Hey man,
no.
it was a hell of a seller. As
I
a matter
bet.
of fact, if Jonathan was here, if Jonathan was here, he'll tell you about it.
Listen, only reason why my wife, she is a Southern girl to her heart. And the only reason why she don't eat chitlins now is because I make fun of her when she eat them.
All right, hold on, because Sharon just unmuted herself, so I'm pretty sure she has something she wants to say. And you know, Sharon ain't gonna talk until we give her the floor, ma'am. Ma'am, you have the floor. Is our mic on? Hit the button, Dennis. Turn our mic on. All right. Well, I guess she didn't have anything to say. So maybe I fucked up. My bad. Oh man, it's been a long weekend, yo.
Oh no, we live. I can't say what I was gonna say now. I was gonna ask you that question again.
Go on, ask the question. What's the question?
No.
No, ask the question.
No.
We here now. We here now.
No.
Shit. We
Hey,
just
listen, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank y'all for coming out tonight. You know what I mean? This was a great show.
Was it a great show?
It was.
It was a great show, man.
I don't know. Yo, they, like they was competing for who had the worst life and shit. Like I don't know.
Hey man, that's how guys talk. That's how guys get off their chest.
Hey,
This is how everything
Jay.
is so competitive with guys. It started to be more competitive with who had the most effed up situation and drama, everything like that with guys.
Oh shit! You want to hear another funny story?
Oh shit!
And we got time.
Hey, look. So one time, right? I had went to the crib with my best friend, right? So he sit out in the driveway. I go in the house. I forget what I go in there for, but my daddy like, where you going? I was like, I'll be back. And he like, the fuck you mean you will be back? like I said, I'm leaving. I'll be back. The
Yeah.
nigga shot at me from the other room, right? Came out there with his gun and we stood face to face and he said, "What did you say?" Of course I bitched up, right? So I go outside, I look at my partner, I'm crying and shit. He like, "Damn, nigga, fuck wrong with you?" I said, "You ain't just hear this nigga shooting at me in the house?" He like, "No, I ain't hear shit. Your ass could have been in there laid the fuck out. I wouldn't have known that you was dead till the ambulance pulled up." I said, "Bro, you ain't shit." My daddy shot at me.
Sherelle said, "What's funny about that?"
What's funny about that is the fact that my father fucking shot at me because I thought I was a big shot. And I'm sure he didn't shoot at me. In my mind, he shot at me. He probably shot through the floor. The house was raggedy anyway, so whatever. But yeah,
None of the neighbors didn't call for help.
neighbors.
You gotta
I,
have neighbors who have neighbors.
I apologize. We're not all from the inner city like you are. My inner city was full of burnt down bandos.
Well, sir, that's
He
part of
got
it.
the he from the land of bandos. Oh, man.
Yeah, but he got neighbors.
We got more abandoned houses than homeless people. And they can't find no goddamn place to stay and shit.
Put some
How the
heat in
fuck does that
bandos.
make sense?
Open up doors, and that's why we open up doors and they be in there
But he
just chilling.
got honestly, he got a whole little section that's abandoned. When we roll by, this is like a little section that you could do so much with if you had the right amount of money. But
We got sections on. No, that one section you seen, they knocked that down and made that Roberta's house, a place where families who's dealing with trauma can go and talk to people.
Hey, shout out to the
Ever since that
what about
shit
those blocks
popped
that
up,
was over there?
ever since that shit popped up, houses around our neighborhood that's been catching on fire. One of them caught on fire. One of them caught on fire. They knocked
sir,
in four
sir,
houses. And on the
sir,
other end, yo, I'm telling you, yo,
sir,
it's a setup, yo.
Welcome to
sir,
They
the
trying to
sir,
take the
sir.
neighborhood. You cannot tell me nothing else. They're
The
trying to take.
views and opinions of Sam Sports are those of his and
They are
his
trying to
alone.
take our neighborhood. Don't let them fight back. Like no, it just don't add up though. So when they first moved in, they did this checks and balances, and a lot of people got fucked up because they was getting away with things they shouldn't have, and they cracked down on it. And ever since then, it's just certain things has been happening, yo. Like one, people are starting to fix up all the abandoned houses in the neighborhood, which is a good thing. So you bring in values in neighborhood, but still, it's a lot of side shit happening. A lot like there's no way a house catch on fire and you knock the shit down the next day. Just knock the bitch down. Then you knock down 3 or 4 houses attached to it. Like, nah, yo, nah. But again, that's me from the outside looking in. I don't know shit. This is just my thoughts and opinion.
It could be the aliens, Brandon. You don't even know, bro.
No, it's not the aliens. It's the people with the money. This ain't got shit to do with the aliens. This is the people with the money.
Aliens ain't got money.
Just like the sinkhole. The sinkhole had enough space that fucking Carlos, you could have dropped your fucking truck in that motherfucker. Big
Okay.
ass sinkhole. Don't know how, where, what, none of that shit. Still, the street still ain't opened up yet. Knocked all them houses the fuck down too. There's too much shit going on in this one fucking neighborhood, Joe. But again, that's me outside looking in. I just pay attention to shit. Somebody got some money, somebody want the shit. But again, Dennis, God bless. Good night.
God bless. Good night.
We'll see y'all tomorrow, right? 8 o'clock.
Tomorrow, 6 p.m. and 8 p.m.
We won't be here at 6 though. We'll be here at 8.
We're gonna
6
be at 8.
o'clock. You gotta go somewhere else to catch us. What is that? Our partner station.
Good night,
Hey,
Sam.
good night, Sharon.
Oh, hey, Sharon. Sharon, we're going to talk off air. Ravens by 21, shorty.